Well, hey, howdy, hi. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by to join me today. I really do appreciate it. My name is Ellie, and I'm a witch, and this over here is my teaching assistant, Andy, and today is Monday, and on my channel that means it is Misheard History. Today's Misheard History topic is going to be the domestication of cats. It is a little bit shorter of a video, so I'm just going to jump into talking about it. So the problem with dating the history of domesticated cats is that their skeletons are incredibly similar to that of wild cats. With that being said, archaeologists in 1983 found a cat jawbone dating back 8,000 years on the island of Cyprus. Then, in 2004, there was an even older site unearthed that had a cat buried with a person, pushing back the domestication date another 1,500 years. This was the evidence that shows cats were domesticated. Before that, it was more of an educated guess, because who in their right mind would try to transport wild cats to an island? Maybe today we would do that to replenish dying populations or to help with overpopulation of prey animals, but at the time, they wouldn't have had a need to transport cats unless they were companions. The current estimate is for about 12,000 years ago, dating back to the first agricultural societies in the Fertile Crescent. Obviously, we have domesticated numerous animals, but we also do so when they benefit us in some way. Dogs were domesticated when we were hunter-gatherers because dogs benefited us with hunting. On the other hand, while cats do benefit us, we didn't really domesticate them, they kind of did it themselves. Cats would not have been useful to a hunting society, so it wasn't until we stopped being nomadic and started settling down and having a surplus of crops. When we started having these surpluses, we created buildings to store the extra. In these buildings, unwanted critters like rats and mice would make their way in and start helping themselves to the food. Wildcats followed the food and were met with an abundance of prey that was contained and therefore easier to catch. This benefited the cats, of course, but people were also pleased to have free pest control. Cats invited themselves in and started to, of course, breed, and kind of just domesticated themselves. People took to the cats with the calmer demeanors and that were okay being around people, but they were also happy to have the service of the less friendly cats. Think indoor cats versus barn cats. Some societies viewed and view cats in different lights, though. The Egyptians, for example, were well-known cat lovers. There was a cat cemetery unearthed in Beni Hassan that had around 300,000 cat mummies. Egyptian goddess of love, Bastet, had the head of a cat. The law of the land also favored cat lives, as the punishment for killing a cat was death. Rome had areas that also held love and appreciation for cats. They were seen as a symbol of liberty. They were also valued because they protected important manuscripts from rodents. On the other hand, Europe demonized them in the Middle Ages. People started associating cats with witches and the devil, and there was mass killings to ward off evil, which ironically just helped spread the plague. Today, we don't quite share the same views and have come around to cats as pets. Though there is still some negative association, witches are not fully accepted in today's society, and the familiars are often cats, rats, ferrets, etc., and those are not seen in a great light as a result of their association. We also see cats as pets to villains as a trope, but truly cats are just misunderstood, not evil. If you're like me, you are wondering what the difference between wild cats and domesticated cats are. Obviously today, a lot of people value looks for animals, regardless of how it affects their health, like pugs or bulldogs for dogs, and Sphinx or Munchkin cats for cats. Older civilizations did not breed cats for vanity. We see in Egypt the depictions of wild cats are the same as domesticated cats. There wasn't a lot of variation in the cats there. It was in the British Isles in the 19th century that cats were bred for aesthetics. In 1871, we saw the first fancy cat breeds, which were displayed in a cat show at the Crystal Palace in London. If anyone is wondering, a Persian cat won, but a crowd favorite was a Siamese cat. According to the Cat Fanciers Association and the International Cat Association, there are about 60 recognized breeds of domestic cats. Breeding is made easier due to the fact that there are only about a dozen genes that account for the different colors, fur length and textures, and the subtler characteristics. We have been able to identify the mutation that causes specific coloring and fur length. Now, the difference between cats being bred and dogs is that dogs had a higher need to be bred with certain traits. Cats just had to develop a more friendly demeanor. That is also a big factor in the survival of stray cats and dogs. Stray dogs do not have the same survival skills as their ancestors, relying heavily on human intervention for survival today. Cats, on the other hand, can easily survive in the wild. Barn cats or feral cats are able to find their own food, shelter, and multiply without need for people. It's why it's important that your cats are fixed, even stray cats. I will say the caveat to that is lifespan. Outdoor cats have an average lifespan of about 2 to 3 years, while indoor cats live on average 13 to 20 years. Today, breeders are pushing what they can and arguably what they should do. I am obviously against breeding an animal, any animal, in a way that harms them. Different countries even have restrictions on dog breeding because of the health issues and known temperament issues of certain breeds. Obviously, we see the same with cats. Certain breeds have known health issues, and we shouldn't treat a living creature like an accessory while it suffers. Some newer types of cats, though, are the Bengal cat and the Kara cat. Bengals are bred from Asian leopard cats, and while they are gorgeous cats, they are extremely high maintenance. Some people describe them as never having left the kitten terror stage, and they are known to be destructive and aggressive if bored. They are known to be predisposed to certain diseases, but live about 13 to 16 years on average. Now, the Kara cat is bred from Caracals. Caracals seem to be seen wildly as aggressive, and while they're wild animals and should not be kept as a pet in your home, they're also a little bit misunderstood. Most big cats are just that, big cats. They meow and purr, and it's pretty precious, but Caracals lack the ability to do so, so they communicate through hissing and body language, which makes them seem aggressive. Now, Kara cats are different from Bengal cats in their temperament. Kara cats are extremely close to their wild counterpart, and they don't make great pets for the most part. It is also dangerous to breed them. The caracal pregnancy lasts about 15 days longer than a domestic cat, which means that the pregnant cat might deliver too early and the kitten won't survive, or their body is put through a lot of stress to carry to term. It is also not safe to put together a weaker domestic cat and a stronger wild caracal to breed them. From what I could find though, they are healthy cats, but I can't find their average lifespan. Now that this video has turned into a dissection of different cat types, that is all that I have for you today. There is plenty of history there, but I am not a cat scientist, just a cat lover. I also don't think I've ever introduced you guys to my cats. They make appearances all the time in videos, just hanging out on my desk or in my lap, and the little props, look at him. I personally have 2 cats in this household. I have this little guy right here. His name is Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. He is 3 years old and he is a long-haired tabby cat. And my other cat, her name is Lyric, and she is 12 years old and she is a tuxedo cat. Now I say that these 2 are mine in this household because there are 3 other cats. I'll put them on the screen. But my brother has a sweet little cat named Lils. She is a short-haired tabby cat. And then my parents own 2 tuxedo cats, Dr. Pepper and Pepsi. Dr. P is a gray version of a tuxedo cat. Most people don't see that. It's normally just the black and white. Oh yeah, that is all that I have. I said that it was a little bit shorter of a video. This one was super fun. I love cats. I kind of knew the history that they domesticated themselves, but looking into it, it was really interesting kind of how far back we see the cats, because it's not something you really think about is oh well, from the beginning of civilizations, because obviously dogs were when we were nomadic, but cats just kind of came about. But yeah, cats are literally the best. I did want to keep this outro kind of short because this video is super short, but I did want to let y'all know. I let y'all know yesterday as well at the end of that video, but I'm going to start streaming again. I originally was exclusively a Twitch streamer. I did all of my tea time and true crime, which I didn't call it that at the time. Don't remember what I called it, but I would do that exclusively on live streams. And I don't want to do that again. No thank you. But I do want to stream some games. I am not by any means an amazing gamer, I just do it to have fun, so I kind of just wanted to hang out and do that. So I'm either going to do that next Wednesday or next Thursday, and I'm going to start by streaming Moshi Monsters online. This is a very niche game. It years ago originally started. It ended when Flash ended, and so a couple of different groups have recoded it, and so now it's a functional game. So I kind of want to play that, and if that's at all interesting, then maybe check that out. But I do also want to replay both Little Nightmares. I need to play Stray. I want to replay The Last Campfire and Strange Horticulture. And so I just kind of want to do that again and maybe get all the achievements. I think that's probably going to be my main goal, is replaying these games to get the achievements. But yeah, if that's at all something you want to check out, my Twitch is EllieTheWitch21. I might stream it on TikTok as well, and maybe YouTube, just stream it all 3 places at once. Not totally sure yet, but yeah, don't know how often I'm gonna do that. Maybe once a week, maybe once every few weeks, but we'll see how it goes. But I don't want to take up any more of your time. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!